A very warm welcome to the Pod and Rhythms. My name is DrumPIPO, and you know how we do it every single time we're hanging out on this show today with an amazing woman. She is beautiful, she is talented, and it's gonna be amazing right here on the show. You don't want to miss out on this. And look, this woman is not going to be singing for us today, but she's going to be telling us every single thing about her life. I'm super excited. I'm so chuffed on talking to her on this interview. Don't go anywhere, it's going to be beautiful. All right, welcome back to the Pod and Rhythms. And like I told you, my name is Drum People. I'm hanging out with an amazing woman right here on the show, Zamajobe.
Yes,
How you
hi.
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well.
Yes.
Welcome to the Pod and Rhythms.
Thank you.
How
Thank you
you
for having
feeling?
me.
How you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You
Yeah.
know, I like people. I like asking people how they are feeling
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because sometimes the face and the smile
Yeah,
does not tell you exactly how the person is feeling.
that's true.
You
That's
know,
true.
you
Yeah.
can see the smile, but
Yeah.
behind the smile, there's a lot
Yeah.
of experience
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. Welcome once again to the Northern Rhythms.
Thank you.
You started your career at a very young age.
Yes, I did.
Do you think it was an advantage?
I can say both, like advantage and disadvantage.
What are some of the advantage?
Okay. The advantages is that I am now 40 and I have 20 years experience.
Wow.
So, um, so that's the advantage is that certain things are just coming naturally
That's
at this
right.
point, and understanding, um, just having a natural sort of autopilot.
Mhm,
You know, I don't have to calculate them; they just happen now
Yeah.
because I'm so used to doing
Yeah,
them. So,
yeah.
yeah, experience.
That's right.
Experience.
That's
Yes.
right. And the disadvantages?
The disadvantages is, when you're young, there's other things that you don't have the emotional bandwidth to
Right.
handle
That's right.
yet.
That's right. That's right.
And process, and things can get too much and can get overwhelming because you just don't, you just lack that experience to handle
Exactly.
them. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. You have been nominated for the Summers.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Which category did you get?
Okay, so I got two categories. I got African Contemporary, Best African Contemporary category, and I got Best Production.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Oh, beautiful.
yeah,
So when you started your music,
yes.
as Zamajobe, um, did you know you were gonna be this far?
No, I didn't. I did not. I did not at all. I didn't even want to enter music. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't. It was I started in Pop Idols.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
in Pop Idols season 2
Mm.
of Pop Idols in South Africa. So that was about 2003. And how I started was my mother and a good friend of mine colluded behind my back
Yeah,
and sent in an entry form without telling me.
that's right.
Yeah. And then I got a phone call from the producers of the show saying I must come and audition. I said, audition for what? And they were like, somebody entered for you.
You've been sabotaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Pop Idols. And I said, what? And they're like, yeah. Didn't you do this? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, can you sing?
Mm.
And I said, I think so. And they were like, well, just come. You've got nothing to lose. You're still young. So it's just one weekend of your life. Maybe things will work out for me. Maybe things won't. So
That's
you've
right.
got nothing to lose.
That's right.
And she spent about 10, 15 minutes. I think it was really God
Yeah, yeah.
really working at that
No,
time.
definitely.
You know, because she spent 15 minutes convincing me. And I'm very sure that she wasn't calling everybody who entered,
Wow.
calling them to verify. But she
Wow.
called me.
Wow.
And she spoke 15 minutes on the phone, just really convincing me that I should come.
That's right.
So I thought, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
if I don't make it, at least I didn't enter, so I don't really care.
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
You've got nothing to
I've
lose.
got nothing to lose. So So yeah, so to go back to your question, I just, it wasn't me trying to enter the
Yeah.
competition. It wasn't,
Yeah.
it wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've told that story several times,
Like a
over
million
and
times.
over and
A
over and
million
over.
times. Yeah.
But let's talk about the growth.
Yeah.
Since Idols
Yes.
till now,
Yeah.
what will you say is one thing that you can point your finger on and say, I have grown. I know how to handle this.
Yeah.
When I get into studio, I know what's happening there.
Yeah.
If there's confusion, I know how to bring order.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Where is the growth?
The growth is in a lot of things. It's in communication with,
That's right.
with the people that I'm working with,
Mm.
be it a producer, be it my band members and whatever, and knowing how to get the outcome that you want from them and
Yeah.
the best results from them. So it's things like that. I feel like communication. But something about music that is very humbling is
Mm.
that no one really masters it because it's
True.
constantly
True.
changing.
Yes.
So even if you are a master, like some of the best musicians in the world,
Mm.
they constantly had to always be checking and practicing because it's a very humbling experience.
That's
There's
right.
continuous growth.
That's right.
Yeah, but
That's right.
so yeah, it's one of the most humbling things that you can ever do because it's constantly teaching.
Mm.
Yeah.
So now, you have been in it for about 20 years.
Yeah.
Who are some of the influences that you have tapped,
Yeah.
your energy from and your skill from and all that?
I mean, like one of the most main people would be an international artist called Sade.
Yeah.
Sade and the band Sade
Yeah.
is, I just really loved the way her music, her voice,
Mm.
and just the production and how they would give her space and
Yeah, the
everything.
simplicity.
The simplicity
Right.
of her music and
Mm.
how just it was so also profound as well,
Yeah.
and just like how beautiful she was on stage. She
Mm.
just looked so, and I would sit there as a kid and just do this in the morning
Admire.
and just watch her for hours because my
Yeah.
dad had DVDs
Right.
of her, and I would sit there and just watch for hours.
Mm.
And little did I know that I was picking up so much information
Yeah.
that when it was my turn,
Mm.
I could draw from that inspiration.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And obviously, here at home, our legends, Hugh Masekela,
Right.
Miriam Makeba,
Right.
Letambulu,
Mm.
and our African legends too.
That's
How
right.
can I forget them? There's lots.
Yeah.
There's lots. There's Kajanine. There's
Fela Kuti,
There's, I mean, I can
Salif
go.
Keita,
Salif,
Angelique Kidjo.
Angelique, Umu
That's right.
Sangar. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
there's so many that I can
Yeah.
go, and so they were also like a very huge reference to.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Now, this is a part that a lot of people don't see.
yeah.
Sometimes all those influences out there, they're
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah.
You have to draw it from within,
Yes.
where you are in your own dark room, dark space,
Yeah.
and you have to tap in there
Yeah.
and say, look, it's about time I need to wake up and get out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you manage that?
I think it's just having a drive, visualizing just the kind of life that you want to live,
Right.
and also, just not wanting to wake up and not have bread to feed yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a small thing. It's
Yeah.
a basic thing, but it's survival.
That's right.
So you're like, oop, I gotta get up. Gotta eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's the internal sort of motivation that you have. You don't want to, especially like with basic needs.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
extra things.
Yeah, yeah.
That obviously we would love as human beings, but like just making sure that your basic needs are met.
That's right.
Just so you living a little bit comfortably.
Yeah.
I think that's like That's the drive
Yeah.
behind that.
And the other thing is a lot of people are looking up to you,
Yeah, yeah,
even without you knowing. Some of the people you've never met them, you will never meet them.
yeah,
But they are like they're watching you.
yeah,
Every step,
yeah,
every show you post, they're like,
yeah,
oh, there she is again.
yeah,
You know, the way
yeah,
you dress, the
yeah,
way you know, your smile, your
yeah,
energy,
yeah.
everything. You know, so you cannot let them down.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, when I was young and I
Mm.
was starting out, because I didn't like that pressure,
Yeah.
and I would always say that it's up to the parents to teach their kids, because when people would say, "Oh, artists hold a responsibility,"
Yeah.
if you are in a public eye, you hold a certain responsibility
That's
because
right.
there's kids that admire you
Yeah.
and want to do what you're doing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
mimic your
Yeah.
your actions and things that you are doing, and I'd
Mm.
always feel like, no, it's up to the parents to guide their children and everything.
Mm.
But now that I'm older, I do think, everybody needs to contribute and play that role in shaping the minds of the youth,
That's right. That's right.
and as to which ways and decisions and guiding things like that. So
Mm.
and also taking on that responsibility, it also inspires you to choose correctly
Yeah.
in terms of
Yeah.
the decisions you make in your life
Mm.
as well, so that you are a good example.
That's
It
right.
motivates you to try as much as you can. You're a human,
Mm.
but to try as much as you can to, like, making the right choices and making the right decisions, knowing that there's a group of people that look up to you and admire you
Yeah.
and things like that. So
Yeah.
it works for people to take on that responsibility. It sounds like a lot of work,
That's right.
but it works for you as well, because it guides your life
Yeah.
into knowing there's people that you need to be accountable
That's
for.
right.
And
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. I'm sure you have a lot of, gigs lined up. We were talking earlier before the interview,
Yeah.
about. So what are some of the projects you have lined up?
Okay, so with gigs this weekend, I'm gonna be in Gqeberha. I don't know when this is going on, but this weekend I'm gonna be in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be doing Kimberley soon. I
Okay.
think in about 2 weeks. But I post all of these on my social media,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be doing the Windhoek Jazz Festival in the last week of October, first week of November, something like that.
Okay.
So we're gonna be in Namibia if you're around Namibia,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember. But like I said, I'm gonna post I usually do post
Yeah.
my gig guide.
Any new music?
I have a new album. That's the one that just got nominated
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
Summers.
yeah.
Yes, come on now. The new music is called Umi, so
Mhm.
please do go check it out. I released that in November, and I was trying to decide if I should, like, jump in the studio with a new project now, or I still give Umi some more legs.
Yeah,
I feel like I
yeah.
haven't given it more life.
Yeah.
So things like maybe doing a tour
Mm.
around the new music,
That's
or
right.
doing a music video for
Yes,
it, things
yes.
like that. I think I want to give Umi another, maybe a couple of months,
Yeah,
a year
yeah,
again,
yeah.
just giving it more life,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
things like that before I'm rushing into the studio.
Another
So
thing.
yeah, so please do go check it out. It just got nominated. It got nominated for Best Production. It really
Mm.
is a great production. It's a
Wow.
live, we're in a live. It's a live.
Yeah.
It's a live album. So
Mm.
drums, bass, keys. I had my whole big band
That's
coming
right. That's right.
to record the 10-track album, and horns. I had a horn section.
Wow.
And
Wow.
this was my first independent project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, without a record label.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations again.
Yeah. So it was the first time I was not under
Any
a
pressure.
major label,
Mm.
and I was doing it myself,
Mm.
independently and solo. So it was, phew, yeah.
I can imagine. The pocket is empty.
The pocket is dry. Because you know me as well, I don't like to cut corners.
That's
you know,
right.
I don't like to. I was like, no,
Yeah.
the standard is not going to drop.
That's
People
right.
mustn't be like, we can tell she's no longer with the
Yeah,
major label.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
I had to maintain the standard and even keep it there. So,
That's right.
so it's a beautiful production. I'm really, really happy. That was one
Mm.
of the happiest categories to be nominated
Yes.
for the
Yes.
best production,
Yes.
because I really felt like it was a great
Wow.
production.
You deserve
So,
it. You
so the
deserve it.
summers, they picked that up. I said, God, thank you.
That's right.
Because I really did spend a lot of time
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
production of the
yeah.
album. So check it out so
Yeah,
you can see what
yeah,
I'm talking
yeah.
about. Yeah.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
So you took a bit of a break.
I
you know,
did, yeah.
what kept you away?
Eish, that's the going back to the disadvantages we were talking
Yeah, yeah.
about starting too young.
Mm.
Yeah, it felt, I felt like everything was, the music industry is very fast paced.
That's
It's
right.
move,
That's
move,
right.
move, and no stop, you
Yeah.
know. And I just felt like I needed to just, you know, take a break and think.
Mm. Mm.
And I realized that I just read a saying this morning as I woke up. I read some motivational thing saying something about procrastination and
Yeah.
over-analyzing something is not really good. You just have to, over-analyzing is not going to get you what you want.
That's
But
right.
taking action.
That's right.
So I got to a point where I was like, okay, now I think I'm over-analyzing everything, and
Yeah.
I just need to go back to just
To get
taking
back,
action.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
just take actions, and things will make sense on its own.
That's
Things
right.
will come through on their own
That's
if
right.
I have to, if
That's
I take
right.
action. So something in my brain was like, let me just start with an album,
Mm.
and I'm almost reaching 20 years of my 20
Wow.
years of my debut album. My
Yeah.
debut album was called Ndawo Yami.
That's right.
So that was the first album I recorded after Pop Idols.
Mm.
And so I was reaching about the 20-year mark of my album. So I thought, okay, let me just come back in the game and,
Yeah.
and start with celebrating 20 years of Ndawo
Yeah.
Yami,
Yeah.
and also release new music,
Mm.
you know, and stop thinking about over-analyzing things and hoping things will happen because I'm thinking about
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. It's a good strategy, you know,
Yeah.
because when you take a break, people tend to forget you a little bit, and they
Not
come
a little
back.
bit, a lot. Not a little bit, a lot. That is like one
True.
of the advices that I can give
Mm.
anybody in the industry is that don't take a break. Yes, you know, a little bit of a breather here,
Yeah.
but do not get away
Don't go for
from
too
the
long.
game.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
years or things
Yeah.
like that, because
Mm.
it's a very difficult industry to come back
Yeah.
to, and also come back to on the level that you were
That's
at.
right.
You
That's
know?
right.
so
And
you-
attention span of people is very, very limited right now.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's very, very crazy,
Mm.
you know, because they've been hit by so many different
So many,
things.
many.
You know, so you have to fight your way back, and
Mm.
it hasn't been an easy ride, but you know,
You're nominated.
I'm
You were
nominated.
back.
I'm back.
Welcome
and I'm,
back.
You know, and I'm doing my things slowly here and there,
Yeah.
and whatever. They're not at the pace or at the scale that I would like them
That's
to
right.
be, but
That's
I'm
right.
moving towards
That's right.
getting to that place, and it's action. You
That's
know,
right.
But action is better than
So,
nothing.
so with COVID,
Yes, yes,
you
yes.
know, or after COVID,
Yeah.
a lot of people say music has not gotten back to where it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what's your take on that?
That's definitely true.
Hmm.
It's very, very, very accurate. Because, you know, our gigs and our festivals and
Yeah.
our corporate gigs and our what,
Hmm.
they come from people funding them,
True.
companies funding them,
Right.
and people doing a year-end function
Hmm.
and booking artists, or
Yeah.
certain companies sponsoring a festival,
Hmm.
and all of that,
That's right.
government funding this and
True.
whatever. So no one had money. Yeah, no one had money, especially to find
Yeah.
music or year-end function. No one had cash for that. You know, they're busy retrenching
Yeah.
employees.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're busy trying to downscale and
Mm.
downsize and keep the lights on. You know, nobody had time
True.
for entertainment.
That's right.
You know, so we found ourselves, especially me as an artist, I'll speak from my experience. You
Mm.
know, before COVID, I was doing festivals with
Yeah.
proper
Yeah.
budgets.
Yeah.
But you know, you had to put ego aside. You had to put the whole thing. Who cares if I'm a legend? Who cares if I'm this? And then start doing small club venues where it's door takings. You know, and you can collect a bit of that, a bit of that, a bit of that
True.
there, and you keep moving. So
True.
I had to do that, and that was in 2020, and it's 2025, and I still feel like now, yes, we're starting, some festivals are back on rotation now, but not on that level.
True.
You know, it's probably about 20-30% of them that are back on that level. They still haven't. So we still very much recovering slowly but surely. Yeah.
Now, look, we're looking at this show being a continental show.
Yeah.
Now, look at the entire African music industry.
Yeah.
Right. Look at how the lows and the highs and everything, and some of the things that you're talking about.
Yeah.
If you're giving the entire industry, the African, not the South African,
Yeah.
what would be the one thing that you would change?
Honestly speaking, I wouldn't change a thing. Like our African artists are becoming global sensations now.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, they are doing what the likes of Fela, Brenda Fassie, Miriam were doing 30 years ago, 35 years ago, 40 years ago even, where, you know, they were based here in their home countries, and they were traveling all over the world, and they were global artists.
That's right.
So they're doing exactly what those artists were doing, but they're doing it even on a higher scale, you know, and I can name so many who are filling up stadiums in England.
Arenas and all that.
You know? And who's this? Burna Boy filled up a whole, I don't know, by himself.
The O2.
The O2 Arena, by himself. There's a whole African artist.
Yeah.
You're like, what? You know? And also the sound. Well, African sound has always inspired from southern Southern American sounds, you know, Cuban and bossa and whatever. They've always had a heavy African influence there, and some American sounds have always, but now it's even on a more higher level.
True.
You know, whereas the African sound, the language, the concepts, the percussiveness of singing and all of that is really now has global dominance, where some of the biggest stars in America are copying the sound. Very true. Yeah.
Very true.
So the African culture is becoming very dominant in a lot of spaces as well, not just music, but film as well.
That's right.
And also design. What's this?
Clothing, fashion.
Yeah. Also in fashion, like African fashion is becoming incredibly global as well, is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, it would be nice if we were united. I'm not gonna lie, you know.
Thank you.
I don't want to have.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to have a border to go to Namibia.
That's right.
Or use a passport to go to Namibia.
That's right.
And I wish we had like one language that we spoke.
Yeah.
You know, still.
What do you think the language would be?
Swahili. You knew I was going there.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because it does. It's very similar to a lot of Bantu languages. You know, so it would be easier to learn. So yeah, I mean, that would be nice. Yeah. And it would make a lot of interaction amongst us be easier.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's true. That's true. Zama, if somebody wants to book you, sometimes these are the things that people don't get access to easily.
Yeah,
because they look at you, they're like, how do we get hold of her? Yeah. We want her, but who has her contact? You know, any manager. If people want to book you, how do they get hold of you?
On social media, guys. You go on social media. You know, every artist has booking information there on their social media.
That's right.
And they usually will have an email address, and they will have a phone number that you can reach them. Any of their social media pages. Now it's the best way for marketing and putting yourself out there. Yeah. That's so Facebook, I'm at Zamajobe. Instagram at Zamajobe. Twitter at Zamajobe, or X, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
TikTok, same thing.
That's
so
right. That's
in
right.
their profile, it's written there for bookings. You email this number, you call this number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, beautiful. Zama, my sister, thank you so, so much for coming to hang out with me.
Thank
And I'm
you.
sure somebody out there is grabbing something,
Yeah.
learning something from what you just said.
Yes, yes.
Look, all the best with your music. And congratulations again with the nomination.
Thank you.
Just keep going, keep going, keep
Thank you.
going. Beyond the sky is the limit.
Thank you so
Just keep
much.
going.
Yes.
We love your music and
Yes.
we will follow you everywhere you go.
Oh, I received.
Keep
Thank
going.
you. Thank
Keep
you
going.
so much.
Thank you so much for coming to us.